Pakistan has remained in denial. There has been absolutely no conviction, no serious criminal prosecution, no attempt to dismantle the terror infrastructure in that country, and the persistence of safe havens. So from our point of view, this is it. You do this, you're going to get this back.
These stupid jokers, they want to compete with India. They had given a photograph of a 2019 Chinese army drill, claiming it's a victory over India. Now this is what Pakistan indulges in.
Is the last mistake we should do, or last thing we should think of? Because once the snake is unleashed, it will end up biting whoever it can.
28 बार वर्ल्ड बैंक के पास जाके IMF के पास गिड़गड़ा के लोन लेना पड़ रहा है पाकिस्तान को। पाकिस्तान अपने सारा पैसा जो है आर्मी को दे रहा है, आर्मी में वहाँ करप्शन है, और इस कारण से पूरी दुनिया उससे परेशान थी।
Again, when they try to target India again, then we foil their attempts, and finally Pakistan understood that they cannot win this war against India.
From Tharoor to Owaisi, Ravi Shankar to Kanimore, India's top MPs joined hands for Operation Sindoor, a rare and bold all-party diplomatic mission. Their goal: expose Pakistan's terror links to the world. Across continents, India spoke in one voice, loud and clear, against terrorism.
We are not interested, and we still remain absolutely clear that we are not interested in warfare with Pakistan. We would much rather be left alone to grow our economy and pull our people into the world that they're getting ready for in the 21st century. We have no desire to have anything that the Pakistanis have. Sadly, we may be a status quo power, they are not. They are a revisionist power, they covet territory that India controls, and they want to have it at any price. And if they can't get it through conventional means, they're willing to get it through terrorism. That is not acceptable to us, and that's really the message that we are here to give all of us, all of you in this country and elsewhere. We are determined now that there's got to be a new bottom line to this. We have tried everything: international dossiers, complaints to sanctions committee, diplomacy, even this joint investigation attempt. Everything has been tried. Pakistan has remained in denial. There has been absolutely no conviction, no serious criminal prosecution, no attempt to dismantle the terror infrastructure in that country, and the persistence of safe havens. So from our point of view, this is it. You do this, you're going to get this back. And we have demonstrated with this operation that we can do it with a degree of precision and with a degree of restraint that the world, we hope, will understand. We have a right to self-defense. We've exercised that right. We have not done so irresponsibly, and we have not done so in a way that would have warranted a wider conflagration. India, sadly, had no reason to doubt where it came from, because within 1 hour of the atrocity, a group called the Resistance Front had claimed credit. The Resistance Front was known for some years to be a frontal organization of the banned, proscribed Lashkar-e-Taiba, which is on the US designated terror list as well as the UN sanctions committees. And India had gone to the UN sanctions committee with information about the Resistance Front in 2023 and in 24, and now sadly it had acted in 25. They repeated their claim the next day until, of course, global condemnation, I think, woke their handlers up to the dangers as represented, and then they deleted their claim on the third day. But by then, the claim had been made, recorded, registered, and reported. And for us, therefore, the culpability lay not just with the 4 or 5, we're not 100% sure, evil killers who came to Pahalgam and did this atrocity, but also with those who had sent them, financed them, equipped them, trained them, guided them into doing this. And since we knew where Lashkar-e-Taiba is headquartered, It has its not just a safe haven, but a rather generous 200-acre campus in a city in the heartland of Pakistani Punjab. We also knew where the responsibility lay, because this is our problem, not yours. But in 2015, in January, there was an attack on an Indian air base, a place called Pathankot. And our Prime Minister had just made a goodwill visit to Pakistan the previous month. On the 25th of December, he'd attended the birthday celebrations of then Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, whose granddaughter's wedding was on the same day. He'd given gifts. So when this happened, he was so astonished that he actually called the Pakistani Prime Minister and said, "Why don't you join the investigation? Let's solve who's doing this." And the Pakistani, you can imagine the horror of the Indian military establishment at this idea that Pakistani investigators are going to come to an Indian airbase. But they came, and they went back to Pakistan and said, "Oh, the Indians did it to themselves." That was the last straw. I mean, it was just we'd already gone through the horrors of 2008 in Mumbai when 170 people had been killed, and the Pakistani denials at that time were laid bare not just by the fact that we caught one of the terrorists alive and his identity, his address, his family, etc., were identified in Pakistan, but equally because that drama took place over 3 days, during which Western intelligence agencies trained their recording devices, amongst other things, on Pakistani, the chilling voice of the Pakistani handler, giving minute-by-minute instructions to the killers in Mumbai. So the evidence was there, there'd been denial, and that denial was proven to be completely false. And as you know, thereafter, the Pakistanis claimed not to know where Osama bin Laden was until he was found in a safe house right next to an army cantonment, in a city dominated by the army. This is Pakistan, and I'm afraid for us, 2015 was the last opportunity for them to behave, to cooperate, to really show they were serious about ending terror as they claimed every time that they were.
The objective of the mission, of course, is to communicate to the world and amplify India's message of zero tolerance against Pakistani terrorism. For almost 7 decades, India has suffered Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. While India aims to strengthen itself, lift millions out of poverty, and contribute positively to the growth and well-being of the world, it is constantly distracted and needled by Pakistan's terrorism, which has weaponized terrorism as its statecraft.
I think yesterday the Pakistani army chief had gifted a photo to the Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. President of Pakistan was there, the Speaker of National Assembly was there. And these stupid jokers, they want to compete with India. They had given a photograph of a 2019 Chinese army drill, claiming it's a victory over India. Now this is what Pakistan indulges in. They cannot even give a proper photograph. तो हम बचपने में हम स्कूल में सुनते थे कि अक्सर स्कूल में क्या होता था कि हम अच्छे पढ़ने वाले बच्चे के बाजू पे बैठता था, तो नकल करने के लिए अकल भी चाहिए, इन नालायकों को अकल भी नहीं है. So you just imagine that your own country's Prime Minister, President, Speaker of National Assembly is there, your so-called Mr. Field Marshal is there, and the Field Marshal gives a photograph of a Pakistani Chinese drill of PHL-03 in 2019. So this is what Pakistan indulges in, and that is why you must not, whatever Pakistan is saying, don't even take it with a pinch of salt. Rely on what our foreign ministry is saying, our official spokesperson are saying, and also don't believe our TV channels. Some TV channels have, their own. So Haza Majnoon. Haza Majnoon. Pakistan must be brought back in FATF grey list. Now, what is the importance of FATF grey list? Is that there will be huge scrutiny on that nation when you do money transactions. And it is a fact that Pakistan uses Middle East, Hawala or money laundering, to sponsor terrorist groups against India. Now, I'll give you an example. In 2018, Pakistan was brought in grey list. One Sajid Mir. If you open FBI website and type Sajid Mir, there's a 5 million reward on his head. Now, Sajid Mir was the main person who engaged David Headley. He told him to change his name for Dawood Gilani to David Headley. Now, Pakistan said he's dead. In Germany, when the final meeting of FAT was held, Pakistan came into that meeting and said, Sajid Mir is alive. Now, how can a person who's dead becomes alive? That in itself clearly shows that what Pakistan does, and then the Pakistani court gave him a sentence of 15 years for terror financing. So bringing Pakistan and FATF is very important, because our apprehension is that this 2 billion loan which IMF is giving, that will be used by Pakistani military. And it is a known fact, whenever this loan is given, it goes to all the core commanders of Pakistan Army. Someone has very rightly called them crore commanders of Pakistan Army. So I request you that if in whatever way possible, please use your good offices. You are, mashallah, you are very well placed in this country, and so that, and also Kuwait is a co-chair of GCTF, and then Kuwait has the Secretary General post of GCC, and you must also know that Kuwait had handed over an ISIS suspect to India in 2019. So this is what I have to say.
माइनॉरिटी जो है वो माइनॉरिटी और मेजॉरिटी भारत में है ही नहीं. भारत कंप्लीट सेकुलर राष्ट्र है, पूरा 140 करोड़ लोग उनके साथ हैं. यदि माइनॉरिटी का कहीं बुरा हाल है तो पाकिस्तान में है. आज़ादी के समय 14% था, आज वो 1-2% पर है. और दूसरा जो इम्पोर्टेंट फैक्टर दूसरा है कि भारत की पॉलिसी शांति की रही है. भारत प्रॉस्पेरिटी की तरफ बढ़ रहा है. आज़ादी के समय हम लोगों को बराबर का पैसा मिला, उसके बावजूद भी हम आज दुनिया की चौथी इकोनॉमी हो गए. 28 बार वर्ल्ड बैंक के पास जाके IMF के पास गिड़गड़ा के लोन लेना पड़ रहा है पाकिस्तान को. पाकिस्तान अपने सारा पैसा जो है आर्मी को दे रहा है. आर्मी में वहाँ करप्शन है, और इस कारण से पूरी दुनिया उससे परेशान दिखी. और उसमें बहरीन हमको 2 जगह ज़रूर सपोर्ट करेगा. एक OIC में, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ इस्लामिक कंट्रीज जो है, उसमें भी वो पाकिस्तान के साथ नहीं है, टर्की के साथ नहीं है. और दूसरा, जब बहरीन 2018 में अध्यक्ष था तो FATF में जो है उसने ग्रे लिस्ट में डाला. तो ये 2 अपेक्षा हमारी है, और बहरीन हमको लगता है साथ देगा.
The narrative which you get here is that of the Western media. So in Japan also we have been confronting with such inputs that most of the stories, most of the news items that are carried by the Japanese purpose also have heavy slant towards the Pakistan side. And I also know a couple of American purpose of media have got the hub in Seoul. So mostly we get a narrative from the Western angle, and AP, AFP and Reuters are the major news outlets which contribute to the media in this part of the world. Having said that, now you're all part of the soft power that is called India. So apart from being the formal power, see, the most important aspect of a diplomacy now is the soft power. So you have a better rapport with the Korean people because you are very much part of the socio-economic life of the Korean life. That's why we thought, as Salmanji said, as Chairman said, for us you are better ambassadors than us to influence their mind. Now, I think one aspect which you need to underline is the culture of India. Now, our leader Sanjay ji did underline the composition of this team. That is 5 political parties. That in that 3 political parties are opposition parties. Only 2 parties are ruling parties. But when we are here for a mission, we are united, and that reflects the syncretic culture of India, which has got rich diversity. Even now with the convergence here, I could find a Malayali here and a Sardaji here and somebody from Tamil Nadu. That is what is called India. And we have a constitution which is a secular constitution, which is a democratic constitution, whereby Pakistan is a theocratic state which is born out of a religion, which thrives on hate and hatred, bigotry, whereas we have a different trajectory altogether. So our aspirations are entirely different from Pakistan, as Salmanji said. See, when we want to advance, they want us to be pulled down. So this is the right time for us to make sure that the international community is aligned with us, and whatever tweak that has happened with regard to the media narrative, we need to correct it. And this mission is very much part of such a mission to make sure that we have a better narrative and communication in this part of this world. And we hope that after this visit, and you also would be the torch bearers and flag bearers to make sure that this communication goes very well amongst these Korean people also.
The last one to talk about violence. We would be the last one to talk about war and tax. But we have been repeatedly waiting patiently for them to bring the perpetrators to book, which they're not doing. Now, our stance from the very first day has been clear. You fire, we fire. You stop, we stop. You can't be expecting one-sided action, and you can't be expecting any reaction. As Newton's third law says, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Now, breeding a snake back in your backyard and expecting that snake to only bite your neighbor is the last mistake we should do, or last thing we should think of. Because once the snake is unleashed, it will end up biting whoever it can. A snake remains a snake. If you're breeding a monster to become a monster, the day the monster is unleashed, it will pounce on an attack on everyone. It gets an opportunity to attack. So we need to be very careful and mindful of how Pakistan has been harboring terrorism, harboring terrorists from 9/11 to 26/11 in Mumbai, to Pahalgam, to Pathankot, to Uri, repeatedly one after one terror attacks. You might reminisce Osama bin Laden was found in a place called Abbottabad, which is again in Pakistan. When the airstrikes were carried out by the Indian Air Force, there is a picture in public domain. It's all over the media. You can find out. When the airstrikes were carried out, those airstrikes ended up killing 100 odd terrorists. And then you have a picture where Pakistan's high-ranking military generals are attending the funeral of the terrorists. They're not any corner small officers. They're high-ranking military generals from the Pak army. They are physically attending the funeral of the known terrorist who has been carrying out terror attacks in various places of the world, including India.
And they went ahead and continued to spread false propaganda. So finally, India had no choice but to respond. But when India responded, we responded responsibly. We made sure that no civilians were affected. The military bases were unharmed. We only targeted hubs where the terrorists were harbored and where they were being trained. And we also passed the message to the military and the government in Pakistan, and they continued to retaliate, targeting gurudwaras, temples, residential areas where Indian civilians lived, and also our military bases. Again, when they try to target India again, then we foil their attempts, and finally Pakistan understood that they cannot win this war against India.
Qatar government is committed to this long-term relationship that India and Qatar have had, and they have promised us and reassured us and reiterated that they are committed to zero tolerance against terrorism. And in this entire journey that has been here, in all the meetings that we've had, the government has reassured us that we stand totally united, and any terrorist attack anywhere in the world, Qatar and India stand united, and we will oppose and we will not tolerate any terrorist attacks against any human lives, especially our innocent citizens.
पहलगाम टेररिस्ट अटैक में जो निर्दोष 26 भारतीयों की जानें गई, उसकी निंदा आज पूरी दुनिया कर रही है। और हमारा डेलीगेशन जो है अलग अलग राजनीतिक दलों से, अलग अलग विचारधाराओं से, लेकिन एक संदेश लेकर एकजुट होकर दुनिया भर में जा रहे हैं कि भारत की जीरो टॉलरेंस पॉलिसी टेररिज्म के खिलाफ है। और भारत ने स्पष्ट कर दिया है, ट्रेड और टेरर इकट्ठे नहीं चल सकते, टॉक और टेरर इकट्ठे नहीं चल सकते, खून और पानी इकट्ठे नहीं बह सकते। और कतर में जब हमने 2 दिनों में बैठकें की, चाहे वो थिंक टैंक के साथ हो, मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट फॉरेन अफेयर्स हो, मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट फॉर इंटीरियर्स हो, या डिप्टी स्पीकर उनके शुरा काउंसिल की हो, सबसे हमने स्पष्ट किया है कि भारत ने ऑपरेशन सिंदूर से एक नया बेंचमार्क, एक न्यू नॉर्मल तय कर दिया है कि आतंकवाद के खिलाफ ये जंग और कड़ी और करारे प्रहार होते रहेंगे। अगर कोई कदम पाकिस्तान से और से ऐसा उठाया गया या कोई टेररिस्ट हमला फिर भारत पर हुआ, तो निर्णायक हमला भी होगा, करारा जवाब भी दिया जाएगा, उचित ठिकानों पर भी दिया जाएगा और उनको ठिकाने लगाने का काम भी किया जाएगा।
एक स्पष्ट संदेश है, पूरी दुनिया के लिए है कि अगर आपने इनको नियंत्रण में नहीं लिया, ये वो सांप है जो सबको डसेगा, अपनों को तो डसेगा भी, पड़ोस को भी डसेगा। तो देयर इज नो कॉमन एनिमीज विद पाकिस्तान। पाकिस्तान इज एवरीवनस एनिमी, सबके दुश्मन है वो, क्योंकि वो नहीं चाहते हैं कि दुनिया भर में पीस रहे। उनका इकोनॉमिक मॉडल ही, उनका आतंकवादी मॉडल जो है वो उनका इकोनॉमिक मॉडल है। वो पूरी दुनिया को आतंकवाद छोड़कर उनको पकड़ने की कोशिश करते हैं, आइदर माई वे और द हाईवे। तो यही हमारा मैसेज होगा कि हम तो पिछले 4 दशकों से ही भुगत रहे हैं। अगर दुनिया भर में इनको अकाउंटेबल नहीं ठहराया गया तो ये दुनिया भर में भी अपना मॉडल एक्सपोर्ट करेंगे।
Pakistan leadership, even the minister himself, categorically stated that yes, we are having terrorist camps, we are training them and sending throughout the world. That they are sending them throughout the world, it is dangerous to the world level, and also the human beings are going to face a lot of problem. Already many places we are seeing, even USA and other places also, these kind of terror activities taking place. Instead of developing of the country, they are only terrorist camps. Therefore, their terror is dangerous throughout the world. Therefore, we have to meet the Indian delegation. We have come over here to meet France and the people here and the government and also diaspora of our Indian origin people, convey the message of the Modi, of our Indian government, to see that this kind of terrorism must not be allowed in the Pakistan.
Pakistan's terrorism is not only India's problem, it's the world's problem. If Pak is going to do a terror somewhere in the vicinity of India, that terrorism can reach anywhere. So we need to be careful. 3, Operation Sindoor has changed the whole perception of India's fight against terror. An act of terror on India will be considered as an act of war. That had never happened before. So the new India, the new story is, you come and hit us, we're going to hit you with our missiles right where you are sleeping. Make no mistake of that.
पहलगाम में जो अटैक हुआ, उसमें आप जानते हैं कि वो भारत के अस्तित्व पर चोट थी, भारत की आत्मा पर चोट थी, भारत की आस्था पर चोट थी। कहीं ना कहीं आप जानते हैं कि भारतीय संस्कृति में सुहाग का रंग सिंदूरी होता है, सौभाग्य का रंग सिंदूरी होता है। लेकिन स्टेट स्पॉन्सर्ड टेररिज्म के तहत पाकिस्तान की शह पर दहशतगर्दों ने आकर इस सुहाग और सौभाग्य की लालिमा को लहूलुहान करने की जुर्रत करी। मैं धन्यवाद देती हूं आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का और भारतीय सेना का, भारतीय आर्म्ड फोर्सेस का, जिन्होंने ये तय कर दिया ऑपरेशन सिंदूर के बाद, ये निश्चित कर दिया कि अब हिम्मत का रंग सिंदूरी है, शौर्य का रंग सिंदूरी है और साथ ही साथ शक्ति का रंग सिंदूरी है। अपनी बात को विराम देने से पहले ये जरूर कहना चाहूंगी, 140 करोड़ भारतीयों के दृढ़ संकल्प का रंग भी सिंदूरी